Hi, I'm Smart Bastard, and things are progressing well with the new project. Following on from the last devlog, the first thing I did was adjust the river spawns to use a weighted random value so that they would prefer to spawn higher up. Thanks for the comment about this. And I also made the rivers a bit less straight by letting them choose slightly less efficient ways to get to the water hexes. I think it's helped make them look a lot more natural, although I would still like to do a proper rainfall simulation sometime in the future. For now though, I need to improve the game's performance a bit more. This seems to be a recurring pattern I'm falling into, adding a bit of new content and then having to refactor or improve the engine so I can build the next bit of the game. In this case I decided to introduce a chunk-based system, a bit like Minecraft, so that not every hex is being checked each time the camera moves. This took a fair amount of time to do and I literally have nothing to show for it, but I swear the hexes are now grouped into 20 by 20 chunks, which means we no longer need to check every single hex per update, and therefore should make it possible to have a larger map in the future. And as part of this overhaul, I have also changed how map objects work, and in particular made it possible for the player to have more than one unit. I'm actually pretty excited about this because I felt this was a big limitation in real-time games like Mount & Blade, since as your Empire grew it became impossible to actually be everywhere at once. But with a turn-based system it means we can have many more player-controlled things without adding any additional time pressure to the game, and it should make it easier to manage empires and larger amounts of units and content, and make it more of a strategy-based game in the end. But now that those engine changes are out the way, I next added a way to view information on the hexes themselves. It's nothing fancy, and right now only shows the average height of a hex and whether or not it has a river, but there is going to be much more information here in the future. And similarly, since I need to support multiple units on the same hex, something I'm still working out the nitty-gritty details on, I have added a unit tab for seeing their specific information too. This is quite a tricky problem though, as it's still not super visible about what types of units are on the hex just by looking on the map, and nor exactly which unit you are currently in control of. But since we don't actually have any other units on the map right now, this will do. Although I'm definitely going to be adding some more icons and options here to allow the selection, merging and interaction with other parties in the future. Following on from this, I decided the next thing that I should add would be to add some settlement hexes, e.g. villages, towns and cities. This was actually a lot easier to do than I initially expected, because I was able to repurpose a lot of the same code I used for spawning in rivers. Again, it would be great to properly simulate land fertility and population density to be able to generate these in the right places, but for now they're completely randomly spawned on the map on certain types of terrain, since we don't want them spawning and replacing mountains, and I think they actually look okay. I'm especially happy with the way city and city outskirts look. They remind me a lot of the settlements from Age of Wonders 3, and I think it really helps intuitively explain their greater size to a player at a glance. I'm looking forward to connecting them up all with roads and fleshing out the settlement details, especially their local economy, trade and military, but admittedly it's going to be a long time before I get around to doing that. But it's great to have something on the map and have made a start. In celebration of this, I thought the best thing to do next would be to add an experimental feature of visible settlement names. Now I know it's not exactly rocket science, but these can't be done using my existing UI library, as they need to be part of the map just like the hex selector and unit marker is. This means drawing fonts directly using the sprite batch system, something I haven't done before with Monogame. And after a lot of tweaking, I did get it done, and added a random name selector into the world generation too. So each time a settlement is generated, it picks a new name randomly from the list of names in the JSON files, and then assigns it to the settlement. Just like with the city hexes, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I think it helps reinforce to the player the importance of these locations. I still need a lot more settlement names for the generator to choose from though. At the moment it's still sometimes reusing them because there just aren't enough. So if you can think of any, please add them into the comments and I'll see if I can't add them into the game. But for now, no, that's everything I've done so far. So until next time guys, thank you!